Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Detroit Lions and the New Orleans Saints. The kicker for the Saints, Will Lutz, has it teed up, and here we go from New Orleans. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. They'll fake the give. Now gone. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Meanwhile, Goff's throw complete there to St. Brown. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 60 yards. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
The Saints take over first down at their own 5-yard line.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 2nd down, and it's Kamara again. And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Winston to throw for it on 4th. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. First down, Winston. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Winston. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now Winston. Slant pass complete to Olave. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. On 1st and 10, Winston. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. The turnovers, obviously, Charles, always costly, but man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
A play fake for Swift, now gone. He'll go right back to St. Brown. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. First carry from DeAndre Swift. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Goff. St. Brown making the catch on the out route. And out of bounds. downs on the other side of midfield at the 45. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Gone. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he is going to lose yardage here. No score after one on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Goff. And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. 7th play of the drive incoming here on 3rd and 6. To the air again. Goff. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. On 4th down. Goff. Open man is Quintez Cephas. And he is going to have the Lions first down on a well-designed play there. That gets him 16 to move the chains. Goff a handoff here to Swift. And he is going to lose yardage here. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now a play fake, and it's gone. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. So following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson, 30 yards. And the Lions post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Saints, nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he is going to lose yardage here. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
At the Saints 40-yard line.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. There he goes, right side. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, we've seen him target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. But they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
So we'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. In search of redemption from the pick six. Goff. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
But I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six in the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Got him right back in the saddle and said, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. A shotgun snap for Goff. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down. Now it's Goff. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bottling him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Play action. It's gone. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Quintez Cephas, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Lions have moved out in front. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that makes the score 14-7. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 11.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, as the first half is winding down. And the Saints have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rip, and they get off the field.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And got his man complete. 20, 10, 5, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Going deep here for Landry. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jarvis Landry, 70 yards. And the Saints are an extra point away from evening this one up. Lutz good on the extra point. And we are tied at 21. Started all even as the kick's away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up to tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
From just shy of midfield, Goff. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 28. Now Goff. This one caught. It's the tight end Hockenson. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. Back at the 5-yard line now. Second and goal. Now gone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. 4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff. And the Lions are in for 6. Extra point by Seibert up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Saints 21. Jeff Fox to kick off for the Lions.
And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1.
On second down, Kamara. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Saints 21.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Jameis now on first down. He's got him in, complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. He'll buy some time right. It's Hill, complete. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be second and a couple. Winston. Touchdown, Saints. Jarvis Landry, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints have made it a one-score game again. Here in the fourth. Lutz for the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taking it about the 1. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down, now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, isn't it?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw, gone. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. There's Gall. Man open, it's St. Brown. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. That's Aiden Hutchinson. He was determined to blow that play up, and he sure did. On 2nd and 12, Winston. He's got him in, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Winston now. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Winston eluding the pressure right. On the check down, he finds Kamara. Room here to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Now Winston. Open man down the field is Landry. Touchdown! Jarvis Landry, 37 yards. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and going. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. To go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
And points certainly not at a premium here. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. Goff now to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not on the field of play. And so it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. Brings up 3rd down. Goff. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th. Now it's gone. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Winston to throw. Flush to his right. That is incomplete. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown? They
complete it to Hill. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Winston. He completes it to Olave. And he gets in just in the nick of time, so they get the touchdown they need. Now they need a 2-point conversion to tie it. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has them in field goal range with a chance to win. One last shot now for Winston. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Well, I don't think it takes much to crawl into